Hey there, Great Basin Prospecting here. Thanks for tuning in for a start to finish rock tumble episode. So this is a special one because we're going to go all the way from stage 1 here all the way until they're finished. So here's a look at the rough rocks that are going in. We have some Lahontan Jaspers and some greens and a little bit of Wonderstone. For this batch, I intentionally picked rocks that were really rough. So compared to the last batch of tumbled rocks I did, which had already been naturally tumbled a bit down, so they were already kind of smooth, these ones are much rougher. So we're done with stage 1 now, going into stage 2. I pulled out maybe 4 or 5 rock following stage 1 that just were too porous and I thought were going to potentially trap too much grit going forward. So I may run them later, but the rocks are washed now. We're adding in the ceramic media, which also got washed, and then we'll send them off to stage 2. And stage 1, we ran for about 12 days, stage 2 for 7 days, and now they're done with stage 2, getting ready to go into stage 3. We've worn through a lot of that ceramic media. We're going to wash it and the rocks and the barrel. Here's a quick look at how the rocks are doing after stage 2, halfway through the process. A couple of them have some really nice colors that we can see standing out. Get the grit in there, and let's go ahead and check them out after stage 3. So here they are, looking really good. Let's get some soap in there and give them a wash. Get the lid on, and then we'll take a quick look at these before we send them off for the final polish stage. And then once we're done with that, we'll take a longer look at all of the rocks because we've got some really cool ones here. So let's go ahead and get these guys ready to go. So another 7 days later, and we are ready to take a look at the final results. And here they are all together. And we'll take a closer look at some of the greens. So we have a green Breccia on the right there, which polished up really well despite the fact that it has some cavities. The one next to it is really cool because there's a peach and translucent crystal streak that's running through the middle of it, and a lot of the rock is actually transparent. Really cool. Here's some of the other rocks that we have here. We have a nice piece of Wonderstone, a couple of oddballs on the left-hand side, and then the one at the top with all the streaking and banding is a smaller piece from a larger piece, actually, that I found on my claim and have in another cut video. Here's the Lahontan Jasper, which all turned out well. Some of it you can see is a bit shinier than others, but for the most part, it turned out pretty well. That little piece of pink Wonderstone there, not so much. So here's a closer look at a couple of the pieces. So this is one of the oddballs, but I just loved the colors in this. So it is some sort of breccia that is being held together there. It looks like by crystal veins. And here's the one with the peach vein, and the rest of it is mostly greenish blue banded crystal or agate. Really, really pretty. I really liked this one. It was kind of an odd shape, and I wasn't sure how it was going to do with the tumbling, but it actually did all right. This one was kind of a surprise cool one with how well it polished up. Really nice red and yellow bullseyes on this, and then nice red and pink coloration on the rest of the Wonderstone. This was one of the oddballs. This was a darker piece. I thought maybe petrified wood, but I'm not actually sure. The banding on it doesn't really look like wood to me. Here's a closer look at one of the pieces of Lahontan Jasper. So you can see these were rougher pieces. There's still some cavities that are present in these and some cracks as well, but overall, nice patterns, and they polished up fairly well. Here's some more pieces of that Lahontan Jasper. These all came from the same area and the same ridge. I like the patterns and colors on them though. And here's a look at them all again. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and let me know what you think about this format of doing it start to finish all in one video, and I will see you next time.